Ten Hag is in big trouble. Well, if results don't go his way here against Luton this weekend, he's in massive trouble. Yes, hello everyone, I'm Adam, this is the United Vibe, and this is your look ahead, your preview to this weekend's crunch game, the last one before the next international break for Manchester United. Luton, the opponents, coming here to Old Trafford this weekend. I'll be here tomorrow at the game. I'll be walking around talking to fans before the game, and I bet not one Manchester United fan has any confidence in telling you exactly what that result is going to be. We have not got a clue how this team is going to play. Last week alone, the Fulham game and the Copenhagen game shows you the inconsistencies and the unknown with this football team at the moment. It's all over the place. We know this. But Ten Hag, the manager right now, I think is finally going to feel the pinch, especially if it goes wrong here at Old Trafford against Luton this weekend. He cannot afford a negative result. And that's not just a draw. That's not just coming back and scoring in the last minute. You have to win and win comfortably here for anyone to be convinced that he is the man to go forward. Why is there more pressure on this game? Because we know what's happening. We've heard the rumours about Sir Jim Ratcliffe's 25% takeover coming through into Manchester United in the international break next week. And then you're going to start getting the big decisions coming around Manchester United. Who is going to be fired? Who is going to keep their position? There's going to be big changes up all the way through the club. And the manager, I mean, honestly, I don't think so, but you never know, do you? You never know exactly what's going to happen. Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes in, he's got standards. Ten Hag isn't cutting the mustard. Well, it all comes down on him. The buck stops with Ten Hag ultimately, and he is the one who is going to get the chop. None of these players. We're hearing these plans for free transfers going out this January for players. It really isn't going to matter at all. The big decision is going to be if Ten Hag can turn around what he's got here. Because yes, there is investment coming in from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but that investment is going to be minimal. And will it even be in the playing squad? So he's got to work with what he's got, Ten Hag, and ultimately it all comes down to games like this. Win your home games, which United did last season, and it kind of got us through. This season, it's been the complete opposite, and we've not won hardly anything here. We've scraped by. We've not even deserved the wins that we've got. Possibly Nottingham Forest because we were the better team in the end, but even that was drastic, wasn't it? It looked like in the week against Copenhagen, we was finally going to get a win against the team and score more than 2 or 3 goals and be comfortable in a game. It's just not happened this season at all. It's been drastic. It's been desperate. It looks like it's been unprepared, and it looks like the players are not in with Ten Hag and what is going on. He'll be talking in his press conference today about how the team is together, how we can turn this around, the players that are available. We already know who's available, but he's not playing them, i.e. Raphael Varane. There's a big problem right there. We know there's a big problem right there because Raphael Varane came on and didn't look like he wanted to be in that United shirt in the week against Copenhagen. He wasn't starting ahead of Maguire and Johnny Evans. And I said it when I was doing the watch-along. I said, if you're a World Cup Champions League winning defender and you've got Harry Maguire, who was clearly not wanted by the club in the summer, and the fact that we accepted a bid from West Ham for him, he's ahead of you. And then a desperate loanee, no offence to Johnny Evans, is ahead of you, then you're going to be wondering what's going on. And I think this is where Ten Hag is going to die on his sword, because he has said that this is tactical, and you're leaving one of your best defenders out because you're doing something tactical. Now that rings alarm bells for me in terms of how he's going to try and turn this team around, because you've got big players that are missing, big voices, big role models in that dressing room. Casemiro, Varane, Martinez, Luke Shaw, they're just not there. They're not there to back him up right now. So he's having to try and find a way around this and fix it. Marcus Rashford is going to be missing in Europe, so I fully expect Marcus Rashford to be playing in this game this weekend, and every game domestic left all the way through. I think we're actually out of the Champions League now, personally. I just don't want to be in the Europa League, and that pains me to say it, because it means we're going to have to get another 2 bad results against Galatasaray and Bayern Munich when they come up. But the league is all important now, and the game here against Luton is everything for Manchester United and Ten Hag. Now, we have to go into that international break with another win, and we will be closing in on that top 4 if we do get the win. Believe it or not, even though we are drastically shite right now, we will be closing in on that top 4, and it's important that we get the win. But if Manchester United come out and struggle here at Old Trafford against Luton Town, then the knives that are already sharpened, they're not going to be getting cut. They're going to be in. They're going to be into Ten Hag, and his head is going to be on the block. It just so happens that the big decision and everything and the clarity we've all been waiting for in terms of that new takeover and that sporting control that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to get is happening just a few days later. And it all adds to the circus, which is Manchester United. It is its own Netflix series at the moment here at Old Trafford. It really is. We haven't been playing well. Things are not right off the pitch. Players are all over the place. There's unrest in the changing room at Carrington. The only thing that bails us out is results. We need a comfortable, solid win against Luton this weekend. Even if we scrape by, it's not going to be enough for him. I know, I'm going to be talking to fans outside after the game. I know for certain it's still not going to convince them. Even a 3-0 win right now, it's just going to be, well, it's just Luton. This is how far we have fallen. This is how bad we have been. The fans probably won't even accept a win. Yes, we'll be happy we've got the 3 points. But when Manchester United are at home to Luton Town, it's an expectance. It's a given. That's what it is. And that's zero respect to Luton Town because they've shown already this season that they can upset teams. Look what they did against Liverpool. They've shown what they've got. They've shown they can cut it with the bigger teams. Whether or not they'll be able to do that away from home, I think Kenilworth Road is a different ball game altogether for Luton. It's got its own sort of like weird fear factor atmosphere about it, just in the old school nature that the setup is there. But coming here to Old Trafford, this is a game. I'll say it again, with all due respect to Luton, Manchester United should be just going out there, getting the win, routine, moving on. The fact that I'm worried that we're not going to get that tells you how far we've fallen just this season. Last season, I would have expected this to have been a 3 or 4-0. I'm thinking maybe get by with like a 2-1, 2-0 win or something like that. That's my prediction for the game. It's not good enough for Manchester United. It really isn't. But right now we're clinging on, and I said this, I feel angry having to accept that this is the way that this team is going to play this season. We are just going to be scraping by and finding ways to get results like we did against Fulham. It was taken from us in large part against Copenhagen in the week, and it's just threw our season completely up in smoke because coming back from the Christmas break and into next year, we could actually be back in that Europa League, in that extra round of fixtures with God knows how many games coming up. We really should not be taking it seriously and just concentrating on domestic football. But such is the pressure on Ten Hag right now. If we do go into that Europa League, he's going to then have to keep playing his strongest team in that competition because the pressure to win trophies at United is massive. Absolutely massive. In the Champions League, you sort of get out of it. You should be in the latter stages, the last 8 of the Champions League, United. We're not going to be. We're out of that competition. And we're going to put all our eggs into that Europa League basket again. We probably will end up going 2 or 3 rounds into it and then getting beaten by Liverpool. It's just the way this season is going. I'm sorry to sound doom and gloom, but it's just a realistic look of what is going on here at Old Trafford at the moment. Ten Hag, I feel... Do I think Ten Hag should be sacked if he loses to Luton? To lose 3 games out of 4 in the Champions League and then lose to a team that's barely spent 10 million in the summer, newly promoted, first time ever in the Premier League, and that be what, double figures in defeats this season already in the second week of November. It is a sackable offence. It is. I want to stand by him because I think what he's doing is more important off the pitch. But I've said this so many times before, and sometimes it sounds like a contradiction on myself that yes, it's all right talking about what he's doing off the pitch, but at what risk to where Manchester United's stature is and where we are in world football right now? Because you come and walk around here and it just feels like a massive, massive club. You sit in your seat at Old Trafford, you're thinking, here we go. And then as soon as that whistle goes, Manchester United just goes out the window. You don't know where you are or what you're watching. That is what this football club is at the moment. It's shocking, it's diabolical, it is just not there. It is not United. And that has to change. And it only changes with a series of wins, which has to start against Luton this weekend. If we go into this international break off the back of another defeat, especially to Luton here at Old Trafford, even a draw, then I don't know how Ten Hag gets out of it. I really don't. Guys, let me know what you think. Drop your comments in below. It's a pressure cooker situation here at United at the moment for Ten Hag. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just hoping and praying that I'm going to be talking to you after the game in a positive vibe, the United vibe. Get your comments in below, everyone. Drop the video a like. And obviously, if you are tuning in for the first time, hit that subscribe button. I'm out of here. Wish me luck tomorrow, people.